Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and today it is Wednesday, February 16, 2022. And yeah, I just want to actually show you what I'm seeing right here. I wanted to take this trade, but I usually try to wait until open. I do see a clear break of structure here, right? We see a clear break of structure, and this is what's been happening the past couple days, right? So on Monday, February 14th, we had a lot of bullshit going on, right? A lot of bullshit. You could see it kind of pushed up, came down, a lot of bullshit, and then finally made its way up to the upside, right? Was able to catch a couple trades. In the end, I was positive for the day, but nothing like I would have wanted to. Now, yesterday, we were able to go ahead and catch some more trades, but you could see a lot more bullshit, right? All these candles right here are 15 minutes. So you could see for a couple hours, it sat in the same range again before it pushed up to the upside. Now, we had seen a clear break of structure to the downside right here. When it came up, or right here, we took a few sells at this level, and price just kept bullshitting. It just kept jumping up in between, in between, in between. And it did it again once it got up to this level, and this is really where, these two trades is where I made my money back from the losses I took here. And I was able to catch, 51 pips to the upside, seeing that it was stopping out at my level here, and then caught a trade to the downside on this 15-minute 50 EMA. Now, the one thing that I have been seeing is a little bit of consolidation, right? Kind of pushed up right here to the top of the weekly support to resistance and then broke down to the downside. Now, what we have here, I drew the fib from this low to this high, right? Just because we could see that there's kind of a clear support level right here, right? Price is just respecting this zone. So I drew the fib from here to here, and my bias is a sell-off. It is, but when you go to the 5-minute chart here, we see that we have a clear ILC right here. Now, it's not in the middle of the golden zone, but it's at the beginning of the or at the end of the golden zone, right? And you could see the rejection that happened right here. As I was drawing this out, price came down, tapped it, and is pushing back up right now. This is also the 1 hour 50 EMA. So I would have liked to taken this trade up to the upside, something like this. Right, we would have our stop loss just below here, 22 pips, and then we could ride this thing up to where I think it's coming, which is about 71 pips. Still a 1-to-3 ratio. I think price could blow past all this. I do, but I was thinking maybe it could come up to this level. This would be first take profit right here. Is right at this level. Second take profit would probably be here. So, and also what I see is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low. So we have a bit of a break of structure right here, right? So what I like to do at this point is let's go ahead and get all these ILCs tapped out, right? Now the first major one I see, it's kind of weird, right? Because what I see right here, let me just delete that really quick. What I see right here is obviously a break of structure to the downside, right? Price could break down to the downside and continue to push down once it pushes up here. But I see this ILC right here at 50%, and this is also resistance, 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 support, resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, right? Resistance. So this is a key supply and demand area right here. So that's another reason why I like this trade coming up here. Now here is kind of where I want to see it. So we have this, let's just do it like this, right? So when it's at the 50%, I like to make my ILC green, just so that gives me an idea of what we're looking at, right? Which ILC we're dealing with. So we have that one green, and then we have our 62% ILC, golden zone percent ILC right here, right? So either of these I like to sell off from as well. Now we're going to see what price does once it gets up there. But as soon as it does get up there, we'll gauge it. So we could be looking at something like this. Not that bad if you were to get in from the bottom. We'll check ourselves once we get in. But we could see it. With the rising tensions of Russia and the escalations with all that, I think we could see price come down a little bit more. This is all news that Russia possibly didn't because they did say that they were withdrawing some troops from Ukraine, and there was just an article that dropped a couple hours ago stating that. So let's see, a couple hours ago, I think at 4 a.m. So look at what happened at 4 a.m. once that news dropped. Once that news dropped at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, boom, the market got scared again. So I usually try to stay away from the fundamentals, even though it's FOMC today and all that. I try to stay away from the fundamentals, right? Because even me and my buddy were talking about it today, that when we have the fundamentals, so, it left a kind of sour taste in my mouth when I see some terrible news, but price shoots up. Or I see some great news and price shoots down. So those are the things that kind of get me, where I'm like, come on, man. And that's why I try to just focus on the charts and price action. I really don't try to give too much credence to anything else. Just because I've been on the wrong side of the stick, where it's like, oh, this is terrible news, the market should fall off. And what does it do? It flies up. Or the opposite. So those are two things where I got to get better, but he is right. The fundamentals for something as big as a possible war, because where it really affects us is with this war is the crude, the oil. So once we have that situation, well, we have all these fears, right? Then we have inflation fears that are going to be rising because of this war, and crude oil rising past $100 a barrel, right? Which are all-time highs. So all of these things can happen. And how that affects the U.S. market is, well, we use oil. We're one of the biggest users of automobiles and all that. So that can leave, basically, when you have that inflation that's coming along with the crude oil scare pushing prices up, the only way to really combat that is raising up the interest rates, which could possibly be done today. I know that they had scheduled the interest rate hike for March 16th, I think the first one. But from what my buddy was saying, we could possibly see an interest rate hike today just to combat all of these inflation fears right now. So that alone would tank the market, right? So it's something we got to look at. Not sure if it's going to happen exactly, but it can, right? So, but let's get back to it. So let's see what time news is dropping today for factory. So US dollar, core retail. So look at the news was good, right? This happened just at 5:30. News was good all here, right? Now we have industrial production, better than expected. Capitalization rate, everything was better than expected, right? Now we're getting to mortgage, so all of this is coming after 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 7:30, this will probably tell us what's what. So, truthfully, I don't like trading. I do like trading FOMC from time to time. But if we can make our money before all this news drops, that's better for us, right? Because nobody ever really knows the market. So if we can make money before, that'd be better for us. Just truthfully. So let's see what the market gives us. If it comes down here and respects this zone at open, I'm possibly willing to take a buy, right? Especially if we're only risking about 22 pips. Let's just call it 25 pips, right? And the reason we're doing that, for people who don't know, here's the IOC. Beautiful IOC, right? It's already been respected, right? Clean rejection out of it. Let's see if it comes back down and retest this thing. If it comes back down and retest this thing, then we'd be looking at something totally different, right? Where we could see a push up. But, we'll see what the market gives us right now. If it gives us what we want, then we'll be in the green, right? So I could see it pushing up from here, but I also see a clean break of structure where, we can make some money here, but I think the big move is going to be this sell-off right here, right? So we have the confirmations here. It's a 5-minute, 3-minute, 1 minute. It's really a break of structure, right? Broke these highs right here. Now it's returning to order. You would like to see it return to order kind of straight down. You don't really want to see all of this nonsense. The longer it's my experience, I don't know how real it is, but just from my experience, the longer it takes for price to get down to this IOC, sometimes it just doesn't work as well. So I think we could see a push up from here and then possibly come back down here and blow past all of this shit to fill. Right? Come back down to these levels. I think it's very possible. So we'll see. And yeah, so we got about 5 minutes till open. These are the trades that I'm looking at. Particularly, I like to take this trade right here. This would be the one, but I think this one is probably going to be the one because of the 50 EMA. You can see on the 15 minute, it's curving over right now, right? So I think right here we could see a possible tap and reject. And it's also the resistance to support line. So I think there's multiple confirmations that can have us take this trade right here, but we'll see what price does once it gets to this level. Don't want to be too timid with it, but you know, it's just what it is at this point. So right here, it'd be a small, you know, about almost a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio. We could possibly see it going about right here, 75 pips, right? Or a little more. But let's just call it that. So just about a 1-to-3. And this one right here, we would have it's not even really that big of a stop loss, right? Let's just call it 40 pips from this area, right? So I like both of these trades. I like both of these setups. You know, this one's a little bit tighter, more confirmations. This one doesn't have as many, but we've already seen the rejection. So let's see what price gives us. We got a few minutes till open. So let's see what price gives us. Sucky thing is, Amazon better give me my $3 back. I ordered another HDMI splitter for the computer here so I could split it, but it's not working. Well, the one that I ordered was supposed to come before 10 p.m. last night, didn't come, so probably coming today. So I am working on just a laptop monitor. Well, I connected the HDMI cord to a monitor, but it's a little funky, so I'm just getting used to it right now. Here's the 1-minute chart. I like looking at the 1 minute for entry. We already know where our zones are at, so I'm looking at 1 minute. And see this right here? This is kind of where you want to see it as well. So we have the 1 minute here, right? Let's change that red because it's a sell-off ILC. Let's change this one green since it's now a buy ILC. And you can see price kind of looks like it wants to push up. Still rejecting the 20 EMA. That's why I think we could possibly see a retest right here and catch a trade to the upside. But it does look like it's getting pulled up, so we'll see. And then here, this ILC is here, but look at where the 1 minute's actually at, right? So let's just keep that in mind, right? That the 1 minute is actually up here. So when we actually jump into the trade, we could say, oh, it could possibly reject here. So we'll see what price gives us. I see all of these areas as being possible rejection zones. So, you know, let's see what the market gives us. Let me grab some water really quick. Let's see how many y'all on here. Shit. Why could I have to... Alright, so we're a few minutes from open. Damn, man. Is this shit really happening? Alright, so we see the possible moves right here, right? Hold on, sorry about this, guys. What the fuck is happening with this monitor? Can can you guys let me know if you see my chart right here? I don't know if it's not showing me what it is right here. If you guys could just go in the chat, because I'm seeing this right here, but I should see this screen of the chart. Let me know if you guys see that. Alright, so price 630, price is coming back down to our area. Let's see what it gives us right here. Just tap the zone. Still coming in hot. Now it's about to tap the 30-minute. So I just put in a buy. I'm going to have a tight stop loss. If it comes down and stops me out, well then that's it, right? So I'm in at 501.70, but it does look like it's getting a little bit of a push down. So we'll see if it respects this zone or, you know, oof. I'm down about 13 pips right now. Yeah, it looks like it's going to continue down to the downside. Getting close to our stop loss. We have our stop loss at 481. And just stopped me out. So I lost about $48 right there. Let's see if it, I mean, if it's just going to continue to fly down, well, you know, there's not really an entry for us, right? So let's see if it gives us another opportunity to jump in. One hour. I mean, it is rejecting back up. So now we're getting a fully engulfed candle right here. I like it. I mean, if it could stay fully engulfed, that's a good thing, right? One second left. Let's see if it can get this push to the upside right here. Yeah, it looks like it kind of just wants to come down at this point. Let's see if it gets any pull up to the upside. And we'll see right here. Let's see if we could get a push to the upside right here on this last 5 seconds. Turn bullish. Nah, doesn't look like it. Okay, we're in business. Let's see if it could stay up though. Now we don't want it to reject this zone or this 50 EMA the way it did, right? We want it to continue to push up to the upside. That's what we want. Push up to the upside and see if we could take it to our areas, right? Yeah, you seen how it rejected that? I don't like that. It basically rejected the 20 EMA and now looks like it's coming down. So, yeah, look at that. Man, there's just, I don't know what's going on with price today, but it feels like there's no movement here. Like there really isn't. It's just staying stagnant, right? Like, look at what they're doing to us. It's just all fucking us over. Like, what are we doing, right? The first 5 minutes of open, usually the first 5 minutes of open, you'll see a push, right? Especially when it's in a key level. But now that we're not seeing the push, that has me a little worried, right? So, I mean, let's see what it gives us. About 20 seconds left. Let's see if it either pushes up or rejects down and comes down. Yeah, it looks like it's coming down. Right? Yeah, it looks like it's just going to go down. Yeah, I mean, what I would have wanted is for price to kind of turn bullish up here. Once it turned bullish, then we could have entered our second position and, jumped in to ride this thing up. But now it just looks like it's going to continue down to the downside, which doesn't really give us anything to go off of, right? I mean, where was my original trade? From here, right? So now, I mean, these areas look even better though. These sell-off IOCs right here look even better. These are definitely golden now. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna continue down. Let's see what's right here on the 15-minute. Okay, so this is the support level that we had yesterday that it's approaching right now. And these support levels I usually like to do like a baby blue, just so I know it's there. We could honestly put it up a little higher, right, to match that one. Look at that rejection. So, I mean, let's see if it gives us an entry, right? Because it's already broken below here. Let's see if it gives us an entry. Still looks like it wants to come down, if I'm just being honest. Might come down into the support level. But it does look like it wants to come down. A lot of exhaustion right here, right? A lot of exhaustion. No. That looks good. If it could keep it. There's still 40 seconds left, which is always the bearer of bad news, right? So when you have 40 seconds left, you kind of want to wait a little bit just to see if it's going to finish that way, because what it could do is just fall all the way back down and just continue down like that. So you don't want that. We want it to finish bullish, right, and engulfing. If it's not bullish and engulfing, then, what are we doing? Yeah, and see it's going to finish with a huge rejection candle. Again, 42 seconds left. Let's see if it does what we want it to do, right? Which is finish engulfing. If it finishes, you know, like that, that's too weak of a candle, and we could obviously see the exhaustion, right? But it is respecting this support level. But let's see if it can do it all the way. 14 seconds left. Doesn't look like it's going to do much unless it gets a fire push up right here. So let's see. I don't have any trades in. I took this little loss right here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it's going to give us any entries today. I mean, possibly a push up from here, but that's a nice rejection on the 1 minute. Back out, right? Alright, so actually I like that it did this right here. So I'm gonna put a small buy in, just a small one, because it could do that, right? I'm in at, what am I in at? I'm in at 58.66. 58.66. About 5 pips. And this is just a support level trade. I'm gonna put my stop loss right below this wick. About 20 pips. I have a 0.02 in there, so I'll lose about $40 if it comes down, which it kind of looks like it is. Let's see. There's a little off right here. A little bit in profit now. Yeah, it doesn't have, yeah, it's still getting pulled down. I'm right here like 4 pips. 0.02. Yeah, I'm about 6 pips into stop, but I just pulled my trade. There's no entries for us. I mean, truthfully, what's happening right here is just a fall off. I think everybody is scared of those possible, you know, wartime inflation fears, right? Everybody's scared of these wartime inflation fears. So we'll see what it gives us. Just looks like it wants to continue down, right? I mean, now these ILCs were kind of looking like this. Sorry, 15-minute. looking like this, right? Yeah, it really gave us no entry, right? I guess the entry would have been this rejection here off of the IOC. Boom, but other than that, it's kind of hard to say. So, let's see. Kind of like that, but let's see if it can finish that way. If it doesn't finish that way, then it's not looking like it's gonna. You see how it comes down the last 8 seconds? That's where the problem lies, you know. I'll stop that at like 6 pips. Lost $12 on this trade. I like the way it finished, fully engulfing, right? Those 3 candles right outside, and that's usually what it does. It breaks the support and then shoots back up. So we could see it happen right here. It's possible, but I'm gonna wait. Kind of like that. 13 seconds left. I think I'm going to enter a small position. Let's see. Alright. I just got in at a small position. Like I said, this is all against the trend at 52.50. Alright. I'm up about, let's see, about 10 pips, 9 pips or so. Now it's coming down a little bit. Yeah, about 10 pips. Well, let's see. See what it gives us. You see how it's rejecting that 20 EMA still? Yeah, I don't like the way that finished, but we'll see. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I'm up about 1 pip right now. Now it's coming down a little. I'm down 1 pip. Remember, I'm using small positions right now just because I know that price could come down. So I like using small positions. Nothing that's going to get me in too much trouble, right? So but I'm down $5 right now, $2. I'm in profit. So let's see what it does. It's got to keep the pull up to the upside. If it doesn't keep the pull, then I'm not sure it's gonna move in our direction, right? I'm down about $6. Yeah, it didn't finish the way I wanted it to. And look at what it did there. Stop loss is just below here. Alright, about 20 pips, so I'm risking about $40, but I'm down about $8 right now. I think I'm gonna pull it. Just because it looks like it's coming down, right? It keeps rejecting that 50 EMA or 20 EMA. Not getting any push to the upside, really. But we'll see what happens. This will be my last trade, probably. I might trade FOMC, but we'll see. Down about $6. $1. See, That's something nice that you'd like to see. The last one's not that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really, it's going against us now at this point. So after it finished that way, now we know it's going to come down most likely. We could see another rejection right here, but I don't see that happening. So yeah, it looks like we're in position to pull our trades now, and we'll see what happens from here. So I took about a $16 loss right there. I'm down $100 for the day, $97 for the day. All right. You win some, you lose some. All right. So, I mean, the market just didn't give us what we wanted it to, right? $22. I'm just falling. Not really doing much of anything, not giving you any entry. So, for me, I was just taking calculated risks. Well, this one I thought could push up from the 1 hour ILC, right? Or the 1 hour 50 EMA. Thought we could possibly see it push here, push up to our zones here before it fell off so much. But now that it's fallen off so much, it's kind of like, sheesh, what is it going to do? Now what price is doing is sitting on top of this level right here, resistance to support. So we could see a push up right here, right? It's possible. But the way this 1 minute candle is, I would need this to fully engulf right here, and then I'd think about putting in a trade. Right? I think it's possible, but you know, this is a 442. That's a 50 pip damn near, you know, candle. 48 pip candle, so most likely it won't. Took 3 positions. This was my biggest one, right? 0.04. Lost $60+ right here. Lost another $14 or $7, $12 right here, and then lost another $20 right here. So, you know, close to $100 in losses, but it is what it is at this point, right? Got to make sure that when you're not so sure about a trade, don't go all in with your position. You know, don't put a 0.08 in there or something that you know can blow your account up, right? Especially when we know the trend's coming down. This one I took a 0.04 because it had 4 confirmations to take the trade. But I think the news is so overwhelming right now that everything's just falling. So let's see. Yep, everything is red right now. Even crypto. Everything is red, right? So everything being red at this point is kind of just, take this up. Everything being red, right? So I think it really is a legitimate scare for a lot of people. Let's see if anything was dropped on the news that we missed. Let's see here. Yeah, 7 o'clock still coming. Damn, so you guys weren't seeing a chart this whole time? Hold on a second, I gotta figure this shit out. So you guys weren't seeing the chart. Gotta figure out what's going on right here. Alright guys, let me stop this live stream and see what the fuck is going on right here. Why the fuck is it not doing it? Alright, my apologies guys. Let me see exactly what's going on right here with these screens. My HDMI splitter isn't working, so I'm not sure how it affected everything else, but let me figure it out right here. Okay, hold on. Let me see something right here. Okay. You guys can see this now, right? Can you guys see something now? What the fuck? Alright, now you guys see what I see, right? I think right here could be a good level to put a buy, but at this point, you know, the market's coming down so much. If we were to put a buy in on some little retracement, it would have to be something like this. But I don't recommend it just because the market's moving down. The only reason I would is because it's a strong resistance to support level. You see a little bit of retracement, you could ride this thing back up, possibly to here, but I would assume it's going to have to retrace everything that it's taken away so far. So it would be something where you could see a major push up to the upside, but I wouldn't risk it just because I think the sentiment with everything today, the market's probably just going to continue down until it gets to FOMC, I'm assuming, to those meetings today. You see that? That's exactly what happened, right? So that's why I wouldn't, because price is just rejecting the 20 EMA the entire time, right? So it's hard to say, you know what I mean? I wouldn't take it. I mean, it's a good trade, but since I've already taken losses from these three positions, you know, those are my trading rules. I don't really want to overtrade at this point, especially when the direction is down and putting in buys. You never want to go against the trend, right? I'm just thinking in terms of like a risk reward ratio. You could see it, but I wouldn't take this trade. It's possible for it to move up, very possible, especially from this area, and let me show you why. We go to the 15-minute, multiple rejections here, right, at this level. Not only there, but over here. support, support, right? Resistance, resistance. A whole lot of resistance and support at this level is why you could possibly see that, but I don't think, you know, with just the way how fast price is moving down, it wouldn't be a good trade. Well, I wouldn't take it. You know, that's not enough confirmation to take the trade, in my opinion. Nice rejection, still 28 seconds left. That's the only thing I don't like. Oh shit, look at that. Now that's a confirmation to go. You know what I mean? That's a confirmation to go. Yo.
What do you, are you doing the bid from like, we're looking at trading view like at 14, 10-ish at that very top wick right there? Or are you doing the bid from the very top, like at 670?
14.6.
Like
I
14, 610, where the last wick was before it tanked.
Oh, I mean, I had done it before then, but I did it the one at 670. But I mean,
Yeah, so 670, so you're thinking of retracing to the IOC up to like at around like what is that? 5 let's see.
I mean, it's way up there now. Both the ILCs that I had.
Well, I mean, if you're doing it from 670 at the very bottom, that IOC at around let's see. It's like around a trading view like 584ish.
Yeah, that was the one I originally. That's the one I liked. 584.
That's golden zone.
It is golden, yeah. That's the one I liked from the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the 15, the 5, and the 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's if it retraces back up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, if you do the bid from, like, around 6, what's that? Do it from, like, on Trading View, like, 610 or 608, wherever the last wick. And I'm thinking maybe it gets up to, like, to the IOC at, like,
506.
507.
Yeah. I see that one.
50%, you know?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? Where would you take it?
I mean, I'm thinking of taking it at the 507 mark.
And that lines up with the. I'm pretty sure that lines up with the. Because I have the 1 hour set up right there, the EMA.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I could. Because that's
Yeah, that
based.
lines up perfectly with like the 15-minute 50 and all that too.
Well, the
So
15-minute 50
yeah,
is pretty up there.
yeah, because I mean, for it to get all the way back up there, I mean, it would have to shoot the fuck up, you know?
I mean, you never know. And see, what's crazy is all the news that dropped today, because it's FOMC and all that shit. All the news that dropped today was what do you
It
call
was
it?
good, right?
It was all good.
Yeah, well, the FOMC, I think we're going to see the real move around, I think FOMC is at 11, right?
Yeah, at 11,
I think that's when we're going to see the big move.
big move down.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see everything. So I'm hoping just to wait. Hopefully it retraces up a little bit, then I can jump in.
Yeah,
It's probably going to play around for the next like 3 hours, I think.
that's what I'm kind of thinking too. And I mean,
Yeah.
didn't retrace at all, so it's kind of like shit.
Yeah. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to set some alerts and then go from there.
All right, fuck it, that'll work.
All right, then.
All right, for sure. Later. Yeah, so I mean, this area could be a good area to whoops. This area could be a good area to reject from right here because it does have the 5, the 15, right? This is from putting the wick right here. Let's just delete that. And I guess the wick's where it needs to be. It's a little bit up, right? We have from this high, most recent high to the most recent low. We see that there's a clear ILC right here, which basically lines up with the 1 hour. That's why I like it. lines up with the 1 hour right here. So it could come in here, reject, and continue down to the downside. I think it's something that's definitely possible. So it's just a matter of if, right? If the market gives us that. So I think what we'll do is, if you guys have time, I'll jump in at 11 a.m. and well, about 10:45. I don't think I have any meetings today for work, so I'll jump in about 10:45 and see if we could see if there's any this particular trade setup available for us. So obviously price could break through and do this, right? Come up to this area, but could also come here, right? Something like this. Let's say 30 pip stop loss, and we could possibly see it ride down to this. Whoops. Right down to this 27%, or even just down here to the low, right? So I think these are good trades to wait for. We'll see what price gives us. These trades right here, let's see if we go 30-minute. This right here would be a good 30-minute trade, right? We see the retracement. Once we see price come back up, we'll see how it retests this area. Either it retests it or blows through it up to these next levels, right? So I think if you guys are interested, I'll hop in. I'll go live at 10:45 a.m. and then we'll just go from there. So I appreciate you guys, and yeah, I mean, small losses, nothing crazy, right? Took what the market gave us, and you know, pulled our trades early when we needed to pull our trades. You could see prices pushing up right here from this area. It could reject at any time, right? This little support level could now be used as resistance. So let's just wait around and see what price gives us around 10:45. I'll set some alerts right here if you guys want to set some alerts too. Add alert, right, every time. Approaching bottom aisle C. Alright. And then, yeah, we'll see what price gives us. I think it could push up here. It's just a matter of time, so let's see if it does. So I appreciate you guys, man. Let's see what price gives us at 10:45, and I'll see you guys in a few hours. Thank you.